Welcome back to Tales of the Dark. This time, we have 5 delivery horror stories. Don't watch this if you are alone, especially if you're out on the road at night, because some deliveries don't just go to the wrong place, they go to somewhere that already knows you. Story 1, the order that was already delivered. I started doing deliveries about a month ago. Nothing serious, just a side job, late night orders mostly, less traffic, better tips, and honestly I like the quiet. Driving through empty streets, listening to music, dropping off food and leaving, no conversation. No problems, just simple work. At least that's what I thought. That night started like any other. Around 10:30 p.m. I picked up an order from a small restaurant, checked the app, normal details, name, address, instructions, nothing unusual. Leave at door, standard. I grabbed the food. Got in my car, started driving. The streets were quieter than usual, not empty, just still, like the city was slowing down. I followed the GPS, turn after turn, until I reached the neighborhood. Small houses, dim streetlights, almost no cars. The kind of place where everything looks the same at night. I pulled up to the address, parked, checked the house number, matched perfectly, everything normal. I grabbed the order, walked to the door, and that's when I noticed something. The porch light was already on, bright. Like they were expecting me, not unusual, but something about it felt off, too perfect, too still. I stood there for a second, then knocked lightly, waited, no answer. I checked the app again, leave at door. Right, I placed the food down, took the confirmation photo, marked it delivered, and turned to leave. That's when my phone buzzed, a notification from the same order. I frowned, opened it, and my chest tightened instantly. Order already delivered. I stared at the screen. What? That didn't make sense. I had just marked it just now. I refreshed the app, same message, delivered. Timestamp 10:12 p.m. My stomach dropped. It was 10:38. I hadn't even picked it up at 10:12. Glitch, that's what I told myself, had to be. I looked down at the food, still sitting there, untouched, exactly where I left it. My phone buzzed again, a call, same customer. I hesitated, then answered. Hello, silence, no breathing, no background noise, just nothing. Hello, then a voice, calm, flat, you're late. My chest tightened. I just arrived, you came yesterday. The words hit instantly, cold, wrong. No, I didn't, you stood there too. I looked at the door, my hand tightened around the phone. What are you talking about? Silence again, then you left it. My breathing became uneven. Left what? No response. The call ended. I stood there, staring at the door. Something felt wrong, not just the conversation, the feeling, like I had been there before, like something was repeating. I looked down at the food again, and my chest dropped completely, because it wasn't the same. The bag was already open, slightly. Just enough to see inside. I hadn't touched it. I knew I hadn't. Slowly, I stepped back, trying to process it, trying to understand. And that's when the door creaked open, just slightly, no sound from inside, no footsteps, no movement, just opening. My body froze. Hello, no answer. The gap widened, slowly, until the darkness inside became visible, deep, unnatural, like the lights weren't just off, like there was nothing inside at all. I took another step back, my heart racing now because something felt wrong, worse than before, like I wasn't supposed to be seeing this. The door stopped moving, half open, waiting, inviting. My phone buzzed again. I flinched, looked down. Another message, same order, same customer. You didn't leave. My chest tightened painfully. I did, but the words caught in my throat, because when I looked back up, the food was gone. The spot where I placed it, empty, completely. My breathing stopped because I hadn't moved. I hadn't heard anything. It was just gone. The door creaked again, wider this time, and from inside I heard something. A sound, soft, slow footsteps coming closer from the darkness. My entire body locked up because I realized something then. The message, the timestamp, the voice. None of it was wrong. It had already happened, and I was just doing it again. The footsteps stopped, right behind the door, close enough that if I stepped forward I would see them. Or they would see me. My phone buzzed one last time. I didn't want to look, but slowly I did. A final message, same customer, same order, this time come inside. The door opened fully, and the darkness inside felt like it was looking back at me. Some places don't show up on maps, some places don't exist until you're already there. and some addresses only appear when you've already gone too far to turn back. Story 2, the house with no number. I didn't go inside, not that night. The moment that door opened, something in me just snapped. Instinct, pure instinct. I turned, walked back to my car, faster than I wanted to admit. I didn't look back, didn't check the door, didn't check the street. I just drove straight out of that neighborhood, didn't stop until I reached a main road. Lights, traffic, noise, something normal, something real. I told myself it was over, that it was just a glitch, a weird customer, nothing more, but the feeling didn't leave. That sense that something had already happened before, that something was repeating. I ended my shift early that night, went home. Barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that door, that darkness, waiting. The next day, I almost didn't go back to work, almost, but I needed the money, and part of me wanted to prove it wasn't real, that it was just stress, just my mind. So I logged in again, accepted my first order. Normal restaurant, normal pickup. Everything felt fine, too fine, like nothing had happened until I checked the address. My stomach tightened because it wasn't complete, no house number, just the street name. I frowned. That's weird. I refreshed the app. Same thing, street name, no number. I checked the notes. Nothing, no instructions, no extra details, just empty. I hesitated, then called the customer. It rang once, then connected. Hello, silence, then a voice, calm, flat, just follow the street. My chest tightened slightly. There's no number. You'll see it. The call ended. I stared at the screen. Something about that voice felt familiar. Not exactly the same, but close, too close. I should have cancelled. I know that now, but I didn't. I picked up the order, got in my car, started driving. The street was easy to find. Long, quiet, lined with houses on both sides. Each one numbered clearly, normal, everything normal. At first, I drove slowly, looking at each house, all in order, all visible, nothing missing. There's nothing here. I slowed down more, drove the entire street. End to end, no missing number, no hidden house, nothing. I stopped the car, pulled out my phone, checked the order again, same thing, just the street name, no number, no instructions. I sighed. This is pointless. I turned the car around, started heading back. And that's when something changed. Subtle but immediate. The street felt longer, the houses slightly different. I frowned. Was that always there? I slowed down, looking again. The numbers, they weren't in order anymore. Skipping, wrong. My chest tightened. No. I drove slower, looking carefully now, and then I saw it, a house. Between two others, one I hadn't seen before. My grip tightened on the wheel because it didn't belong. It wasn't broken. It wasn't abandoned. It just didn't fit, like it had been placed there after everything else. The porch light was on, bright, too bright, and the number wasn't there. No plate, no marking, nothing, just an empty space where it should have been. My breathing slowed. That's it. I pulled over, parked slowly, the engine still running. I didn't get out immediately. Something felt wrong, worse than before, like this wasn't just a weird order, this was something else. Something connected. The same feeling from last night crept back, that sense that I had been here before, that this had already happened. I grabbed the order, stepped out. The air felt colder, heavier, like the street itself wasn't normal anymore. I walked toward the house, slowly, carefully, watching everything. The windows, the door, the shadows, nothing moved, nothing reacted, just waiting. I reached the door, stood there, same position, same feeling like before. I placed the order down, didn't knock, didn't speak, just turned to leave. And then my phone buzzed. I froze. Slowly I looked down, a message. Same customer, wrong one. My chest tightened instantly. What? I turned back. The house was still there, same door, same light, nothing different, but something felt off, like it wasn't the same house anymore. The air shifted, slightly, like something had moved just out of sight. My phone buzzed again, another message, try again. My heart started racing. Try what? No response. The door creaked just slightly, opening the same way, the same sound, the same darkness inside. My chest dropped. No, I stepped back, but when I turned, the street wasn't the same. The houses were gone, not all, just enough to feel wrong, enough to feel trapped. The street stretched longer, darker, empty, no cars, no movement, no sound. My breathing became uneven because I realized something then. I hadn't just found the house. The street had changed. To make sure I did, my phone buzzed again. I didn't want to look, but slowly I did. Final message. You'll get it right this time. The door behind me opened wider, and this time I heard footsteps coming toward me from inside, slow, deliberate, familiar. My chest tightened painfully, because I understood now, this wasn't about finding the right house. It was about repeating the process until I stopped leaving. Some things don't need to follow you physically. They don't need to stand behind you. They don't need to be seen. Because once something has your number, it doesn't need anything else. Story 3, the customer who never stops calling. I didn't finish that delivery. I couldn't. The moment I heard those footsteps, I ran, didn't think, didn't look back, just ran straight to my car, locked the doors, started the engine, and drove fast, too fast. The street behind me, I didn't check. I didn't want to see if it was still there, or if it had changed again. I just kept driving until I reached the main road. Lights, traffic, noise, something real, something normal. My hands were shaking, my breathing uneven, because this time I couldn't explain it away. It wasn't a glitch, it wasn't a mistake. Something was happening, something connected. The first house, the second address, the same pattern, the same feeling, like I was being guided, moved, placed. I pulled over. Tried to calm down, tried to think, and that's when my phone rang. Unknown number. My chest tightened instantly. I stared at it, didn't answer. It rang and rang, then stopped. I exhaled slowly. Just ignore it, that's what I told myself. Then it rang again, same number. I declined it. It rang again, immediately, no delay, no pause, like it hadn't ended, like it never stopped. My chest tightened. I answered. What? Silence, no breathing, no sound. Then a voice, calm, flat. You left early. My heart dropped. Who is this? No response. You didn't finish. My grip tightened on the phone. Stop calling me. Silence. Then you're not done. The call ended. I stared at the screen, my reflection faintly visible on it. For a second, I thought I saw something behind me. I turned instantly, back seat empty. Nothing there. I exhaled, hard. You're losing it. I put the phone down, started driving again, trying to move on, trying to ignore it. But the phone rang again, same number, again and again and again. Non-stop, no gaps, no breaks, like it wasn't calling, it was continuing. I turned the phone off. Completely silence. Finally, I drove for a few minutes, trying to calm down, trying to think. And then the screen turned on by itself. My chest tightened instantly because I hadn't touched it. The phone wasn't even supposed to be on, but it was. And it was ringing, again, same number. I didn't answer, I couldn't, but the call didn't stop. The sound filled the car, loud, sharp, impossible to ignore, and then something worse happened. The GPS turned on by itself. A route appeared, not one I selected, not one I recognized. Just there, a path leading somewhere. The map zoomed in, the line glowing faintly, like it was waiting, like it needed me to follow it. My breathing became uneven. No, the phone stopped ringing. Silence filled the car, then a message appeared. No contact name, just text. Continue. My hands tightened on the wheel. I'm not doing this. No response. The map didn't disappear. The route stayed, pulsing slightly like it was alive. I shook my head, turned the wheel, went the opposite direction, away from the route, away from whatever it was. But the map didn't change, didn't recalculate, didn't update. The route stayed exactly the same, like my movement didn't matter, like I was still on it. My chest tightened painfully. This isn't possible. The phone buzzed again. Another message, wrong way. I slammed my hand against the steering wheel. I'm not doing this. Silence. Then the call came back, same number, but this time it connected automatically. I didn't answer, I didn't touch anything, but the voice came through, clear, calm, inside the car. You're already moving. My breathing stopped because I realized something. The road was changing, not drastically, not obviously, but enough. The turns felt familiar. The buildings looked wrong, the distance stretched, the same pattern, the same feeling like before, like every time. I wasn't avoiding the route, I was following it without realizing. The voice spoke again, closer now. Not from the phone, from inside the car. You keep going. My chest tightened because slowly in the rearview mirror I saw it, not clearly, not fully, but enough. A shape sitting in the back seat, still, watching, the same presence, the same thing from the house. From the door, from everything, and this time it didn't feel like it had just arrived. It felt like it had always been there. The phone buzzed one last time, final message. Almost there, the road ahead darkened, the streetlights flickered, and in the mirror it leaned forward. Closer to me, closer than ever. Some instructions aren't for convenience. They're not for privacy, they're not even for safety. Sometimes they're the only thing keeping you from letting something out. Story 4, they told me not to knock. I don't remember deciding to keep going. I don't remember agreeing, but the car didn't stop. It followed the route, turn after turn, street after street, like it already knew where to go, like I didn't have a choice anymore. The presence behind me, it didn't move, didn't speak again, but I could feel it, close. Too close. Every time I checked the mirror it was there, still, watching. The phone stayed on, the map glowing, the route pulsing faintly, guiding me, leading me somewhere. The city around me felt wrong again, less alive, less real, fewer cars, fewer lights. Like everything outside the route didn't matter anymore. Eventually the car slowed down on its own. I hadn't touched the brakes, but it stopped in front of a house, small, dark, barely visible. Only one light was on, a faint glow from inside. The kind of light that doesn't reach the windows properly. My hands were shaking because I already knew. This was the next one, another delivery, another step. The phone buzzed. I didn't want to look, but I did. New instructions. Leave at door, do not knock. My chest tightened. No, I didn't want to get out, didn't want to walk up to that door, didn't want to do any of it, but my body moved anyway, slowly, like it wasn't fully mine anymore. I opened the car door, stepped out. The air felt heavier, colder. Like the sound itself had been pulled away. No wind, no insects, no distant noise, just silence. I grabbed the package, walked toward the house. Each step felt wrong, like I had done it before, like I was repeating something, the same pattern, again and again. I reached the door. Stopped, stared at it, closed still, waiting. The instructions echoed in my head, do not knock. I swallowed, placed the package down slowly, carefully, like even that mattered. Then I stepped back, 1 step, 2 steps, and just as I turned to leave, I heard it, a knock from inside. Soft, slow, my entire body froze because I hadn't touched the door. I hadn't made a sound, but something inside had knocked. Once, then again, same rhythm, like it was answering something or expecting something. My chest tightened painfully. No, I stepped back further, trying to leave. Trying to get away, but the door creaked, slowly opening. The same way, the same sound, the same darkness, deeper this time, heavier, like it was closer. My breathing became uneven because I understood now. The instruction wasn't to protect them, it was to protect me. Don't knock. Because something will answer. The door opened wider, and from inside I heard movement, not footsteps, something else, dragging, shifting, coming closer. I turned, started walking faster, back to the car, but the sound followed, not outside, not behind me, inside my head, getting louder, closer, matching my steps. The phone buzzed violently. I pulled it out. Another message. You knocked. My heart dropped. I didn't. Another message. You let it answer. My hands started shaking because something didn't feel right anymore, not around me, inside me, like something had shifted, like something had crossed over. I reached the car, opened the door, got inside, slammed it shut, locked it, breathing hard now, panicking, trying to think, trying to understand, and then I looked up at the rearview mirror, and my chest dropped completely because the back seat was empty, nothing there, no shape, no presence. Nothing watching me. My breathing slowed slightly. It's gone. For a second I felt relief, real relief, like it was over, like whatever had been following me was finally gone. The phone buzzed one last time. I didn't want to check, but slowly I did. Final message. Yes. My chest tightened. Yes, what? Another message appeared, slowly, like it was being typed. Now it's your turn. My breathing stopped because suddenly I heard something, not outside, not in the car, inside my house. A sound I recognized instantly. A knock, soft, slow, coming from my front door. My entire body went cold because I wasn't home. Some jobs take your time, some take your energy, some take pieces of your life, but some jobs take your place. Story 5. Every delivery took me further away. I sat there in the car, staring at the phone. Staring at that final message. Now it's your turn. And all I could hear was that knock, soft, slow, steady, coming from my front door. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone, because I knew where I was, miles from home. Parked outside a stranger's house. And yet someone was knocking at my door, not imagining it, not remembering it, hearing it, clear, close, like I was standing inside my own apartment. Knock, 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 the same rhythm, measured, patient, like whoever was outside knew I was there. Waiting for me to answer, I started the car, hands trembling, threw it into drive, and sped off. Didn't care where, didn't care how fast, I just needed to get home, needed to make sure that door was empty, needed to prove this wasn't real. The phone stayed lit beside me. The GPS changed again, a new route leading home. My breathing was ragged, my heart pounding, but I followed it. I didn't trust it, but I followed it, because I had no other way back. The roads felt longer than before, the city emptier. Like each street pulled me farther from everything familiar. The lights thinned out, buildings disappeared, shops gave way to dark, empty roads, then fields, then nothing. My grip tightened on the wheel. This isn't the way, but the map said it was. The route kept going straight ahead. Through roads I'd never seen, past places that didn't belong anywhere near my city. The further I drove, the less the world made sense. Street signs were blank, gas stations empty, intersections repeated. The same broken billboard appeared 3 times, like the road itself was looping. Like home wasn't a place anymore, just bait. The knocking continued, still coming from my apartment, still clear, still waiting. Knock, 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 then the phone rang, same unknown number. I answered immediately. What do you want? Silence, then the same calm voice. You're almost home. Where am I? No response. What do you want from me? The voice stayed calm. You completed the route. My chest tightened painfully. What route? The answer came instantly. The replacement. The word hit harder than anything else. Cold, heavy, wrong. My breathing slowed. Not from calm, from dread. What replacement? Silence. Then, the last driver opened the door. My hands went numb. The empty house, the impossible address, the knocking, the repeated instructions. It wasn't random. It was training, step by step, delivery by delivery. Every stop moving me further away. Further from normal roads, further from the city, further from my life, until there was nowhere left to return to. The voice spoke again. You followed the route. I didn't agree to this. You accepted the order. The line went dead. My phone buzzed. One final notification. Delivery complete. My hands shook as I stared at the screen. Then the GPS disappeared. The road ahead went dark. No streetlights, no buildings, nothing. I slowed the car, and that's when I saw it. A house, standing alone at the end of the road, small, dark. One porch light glowing. My chest stopped, because I knew that house. It was mine, exactly mine, same windows, same porch, same front door, but it was standing in the middle of nowhere. No street, no neighborhood, just darkness, and my front door. The knocking stopped. The porch light flickered once, then the front door slowly opened. The same way all the others had, slow, waiting. My phone buzzed again, a new instruction. Leave package at door. I looked to the passenger seat, and for the first time there was a package there. Plain brown box, no label, no name, no sender, just waiting. My breathing became shallow because I understood. Every driver before me had delivered the same thing to the same place, and now it was my turn to complete it, to leave it at the door. To let whatever was inside come out, or to refuse, but deep down I already knew there was no refusal, because I had followed the route, because I had answered the calls, because step by step it had brought me here. I picked up the package, opened the car door. Walked toward my house, each step heavier than the last, the porch light humming softly, the doorway dark, waiting. I set the package down and the phone buzzed one last time. Knock, my hand trembled. I didn't want to, but slowly I raised it and knocked once, soft, slow. Then I stepped back, the silence stretched, long, heavy, and then I heard footsteps from inside my house, coming toward the door, slow, deliberate, familiar. The door opened, and standing there was me, same face, same clothes, same terrified expression, holding a phone. Looking at me the same way I was looking at him. My breathing stopped because I realized the truth. I wasn't delivering to my house, I was delivering to myself, to the version of me that had accepted the first order, and now I was the one at the door. The one waiting inside, the one the next driver would replace. The phone buzzed in my hand, final message. Wait for the next delivery. I looked up, the other me was gone, the doorway behind him was dark, empty, and before I could move, the door shut, locking me outside. The porch light stayed on. The package was gone, the road behind me disappeared into darkness, and my phone screen lit up again. A new driver was approaching. Estimated arrival, 8 minutes. If you are new here, subscribe to Tales of the Dark, where every story gives you a nightmare.